Hi, welcome to the bi-weekly show. I'm Kyle Schickner, back from vacation, tanned. Although you can't really tell because my face is always red with this lighting because in New Jersey, all it ever does is rain. So although I'm recording this at midday, there's no sun. I was in California for 3 weeks where there's a lot of sun, and if you can hear from my tone, I'm not happy to be in New Jersey. Anyway, a lot going on in the last few weeks. Got a war that looks like we're going to get involved in Syria. There have been more and more reports of women in the military being raped and it being covered up. Ton of stuff. And I'm going to talk about today Miley Cyrus. Actually, I want to talk about Miley Cyrus. I want to talk about the people reacting to Miley Cyrus. Here's my thing. It's like, if you're upset about the Miley Cyrus thing, you're too old. It's not for you. You weren't upset when Madonna did it in our generation, my generation. No one talked about slut shaming Madonna, and probably people did talk about it, but we weren't listening. We were too busy being entertained and seeing somebody up there take control of her sexuality, be a great performer, piss off our parents. That's all Miley's doing. That's all she's doing. It's no different than anything else. And what I find more frustrating is I would probably guess, and this is a completely non-scientific guess, about 80% of the people who are on the internet complaining and bitching about the Miley Cyrus situation never saw the show because we weren't watching it, because we're not watching MTV. We should be watching MTV. Although I do say Catfish is very good. But again, this is not, we're not supposed to understand it. It's our generation, and where this ties into the bisexual issue is that my generation can't be leading the charge for the new bisexual movement to move forward within the gay community. I can't do it. We don't. It's not for us. We have to sort of step aside and let other people who don't see necessarily. I mean, the Miley Cyrus thing, I'm more upset by Robin Thicke's singing than anything else. That and the other thing is I've always had a irrational fear of Teddy Ruxpin, and that whole thing with the teddy bears freaked me out, so I didn't even know there was a woman on there singing. But when we were coming up, for me it was, well, I hated Madonna too for other reasons, but again, all the slut shaming is older people looking back and either shaming them or saying we shouldn't slut shame. But again, my niece, my nephew, they're not aware of any of this. They see a woman on stage singing, and what does that mean to us? I don't know what it means to us. As a parent, it kind of freaks me out, but I don't want to put my rational and or irrational fears as a parent and think, oh my God, I don't want my daughter seeing that because she's going to think it's okay to run around in a skin-tight bathing suit dancing with a really out-of-tune white dude. But I was into Prince growing up, and when they were singing about Darling Nikki, I didn't Darling Nikki wasn't, in my view, a slut. She was an adventurous, sexually commanding woman who took this guy who I loved, Prince, and really wrapped him around her finger. That's what I saw from it. Now, Tipper Gore saw it's slutty, it's inappropriate, and all that stuff. That's what her generation should be doing. Our generation is looking at Miley Cyrus and saying, oh, she shouldn't run around in that skin-tight bathing suit. We can't worry about that. Same thing with the generation before that, with David Bowie and Mick Jagger. And, you can go back. People were going crazy about Frank Sinatra and how he was inappropriate. He was going to screw up the minds of the youth. I'd like to think we are smarter than this girl's performance. And again, for anyone upset about, I don't know Miley Cyrus. I watched her on Hannah Montana because my daughter liked her. My daughter doesn't like Miley Cyrus anymore. But the bottom line is we are so worked up about this, and it is not for us to get worked up over. We aren't supposed to understand this. The fact that we are so worked up suggests to me that that's what she's supposed to be doing. The fact that my parents were so worked up about Prince and the Sex Pistols and punk rock and then hip hop when it came out. That suggested to me that's what I was supposed to be listening to. We have to just step back, and as a community, the bisexual community, have to look for younger bi folk who are interested in pushing the conversation forward and handing them the torch and saying, okay, here you go. We've laid whatever we could, groundwork we could, build on that. And what do you need for help? A couple weeks ago, a rapper came out, Angel Fire. She came out as polyamorous. No, not polyamorous. Don't get me going on polyamory. I was going to talk about that stupid show, Polyamory, on one of the networks. And I couldn't do it. I was too worked up. We and I understand polyamory and bisexuality aren't necessarily connected. But, I'm watching it and they're using, words like, I want a fluid bond with this guy. And we take everything, we make it into sounding so stupid. Polyamory, fluid bonding. She wants the guy to come in her. That's all. There's no fluid bonding. I mean, say what it is. Don't try to dress it up like it's this wonderful romantic thing. But again, it's that we are worried about, if I say I want, if the woman says, I want her to come in me, then that's slutty and we can't do that. So let's say we're fluid bonding. There's no way any community is going to be taken seriously doing that. It's like the Wall Street, take over Wall Street movement with the this thing and the whole waving and we are so concerned, and the bisexual community is so very much a victim of this, so concerned about insulting anybody and just being so PC and being so wonderful that we just don't do anything. Our inability to sort of say what we want to say and know where it's coming from in our heart and just say it. I constantly will post stuff on Facebook, on my Facebook about when someone dies. I often make a joke about it. And people get upset by it. And now I do it because people get upset by it. But it's like, if we can't laugh at something, I love Aaliyah. I love Left Eye. I love Gene Stapleton, although I didn't make fun of Gene Stapleton. But we have to, the bi community has to stop taking itself so seriously and being so PC and getting out of the way. Now, I know this blog is all over the place this week because I have like 3 weeks of crap I want to talk about. But that's it. And September's coming. A new season of Survivor will be starting. As far as I know, there's no bisexual male on it. And Mark Burnett, shame on you. But Mark Burnett, thank you, because I will need to be the first bisexual man on Survivor. That's it. So, to recap, Miley Cyrus, get over it, let it go. Whether you're pro or against, it's not, if you are 35 or over, quite frankly, if you're 25 or over, but for those late bloomers, if you're 35 and over, it's not for you, it's not you. It's for them. Let it go. It'll be fine. Your kids will be okay. If you raise your kids okay, she'll know not to go on stage in front of 5,000 people and dance in a bathing suit. If she does go in front of millions of people and dance in a bathing suit, then she knows what she's doing. I mean, before 4 days ago, who the hell is Miley Cyrus? She was not necessarily. Now, she's very possibly going to have a very long career. Just like Madonna writhing around in a wedding dress masturbating, built her career on that. Neither of them are sluts, they're entertainers. It's not going to end the world. Get over it.